my name ring bells. People see me and can't help themselves. See me themselves. I wouldn't want to be anybody else. I never used to think I'd be a magazine cover. They keep on trying to find new ways to push my buttons. I came out of the jungle where it rained and it thunder, but I bring the heat like the...
All right, Coach, we welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This is the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with the Buffalo Bills. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Hey, Mike. 20. Oh, here we go. Oh.
This is the third-round pick out of FAU, Devin Singletary. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
When Leonard Williams was picked in the 2015 NFL Draft, I compared him to Merlin Olsen, and I got a lot of grief about it. Did you just see that play there? Did you see how he made that move and made that tackle? That was Merlin Olsen-esque.
Yeah, I just perked up when you said Merlin Olsen.
Yeah, a lot of people said, hey, that's too much, too far, and maybe it is early, but I think this guy has a chance of fulfilling that.
And he makes it all the way down to the 31.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
A big play there on the catch and run. 45 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll run on first down with Singletary. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he's going to get this pretty close to the first down marker at the Giants' 23.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Now on 3rd and 2, they're going to elect to throw with Allen. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 16.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Check.
They'll try the left side. Huntley. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. The tackle is made by Micah Hyde.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Here we go.
Here's the former number 2 pick, the Pro Bowler Saquon Barkley. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. He'll get 15 and a Giants first down. That's something we saw over and over again in Barkley's rookie season. He had 91 catches last year, most ever by a rookie running back, part of a fantastic rookie campaign that saw him go over 2,000 total yards. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. And now here's a carry heading left. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Go.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
Turn up.
It's 3rd down and 4.
49, guys. Mike, 49.
22 jet bomber.
Defense, let's get it together. Check 52. Check. Crunch. Smoke. Big dribble.
Now Jones. That's caught by Penny. And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
He's coming. We got double up. He's checking.
80 weapon.
Go.
Now Saquon Barkley. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll try the right side here. Barkley. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah. Remember our conversation, we were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
10 Lobo.
Cut.
Yo, go.
Shoot.
A 1st carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. You don't see that a ton, do you? With a cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
Let's go now. 30 base.
Watch the pass.
61, matchbox light. Yes.
Let's go right here.
Get it.
On 2nd down now, Barkley. He's got the 1st down inside the 10. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Rosas good with the extra point. Update now from a game going on in Pittsburgh. And early on, the driver's seat belongs to the Seahawks. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. This one taken from the 7. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Right there.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. On second down, here's a run with Singletary. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are. Figure out the things that they really want to accomplish and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Mike's 5-4. Bandit.
They'll try and run for this with Singletary. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. It's a first down following a gain of 3.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. Allen's throw is complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
On first down, Singletary. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Check 99. Check 99.
Hey, Alpha.
Here's a carry for a former starter. This is T.J. Yeldon. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage, because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Watch 24. Deuce, 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 deuce. Check 37. Check 37. Check.
This is Barkley. And he'll be brought down right around the 37th. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Guys, it's game situation.
Hey!
They'll run with Barkley. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. On 2nd and 11 now. Jones. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Ed Oliver brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16.
Watch safety creep. Watch
Hard.
safety's creeping.
Spine. Look at me. Zipper.
Yo. Chef.
Hey.
49's the mic. I'm coming.
Ready?
Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And not much of an opening there, as he's only going to get this to about the 32. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. That's taken on the 25. And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the 2nd half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. On 1st down, Allen. And Diggs has it. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
You got nothing.
Here's Allen to throw it. Got a man. It's Brown. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Allen now on 1st down. Flush to his right. Complete. Smith has it. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout. So, boy, that's already the third they burned here. They are out of timeouts now before we've even hit the fourth quarter. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Again, it's Barkley. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down.
Hey, foxtrot, foxtrot.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Operating from the gun, Jones. And Ingram holds it in. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Ready.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
All the way back home, y'all. Let's make these babies crawl all the way back home. Jam them.
Takes 3. 218, chop it.
A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Give the tackle there to Josh Norman.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Jones' throw on target to Shepard. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. A lot of people thinking that this could be a good year for Sterling Shepard to step out of the shadows of Odell Beckham Jr. But a season ago, pretty good for Sterling Shepard. 66 receptions, 872 yards, and now hoping for a 1,000-yard campaign in 2019.
Hey, Orbit.
Here we go.
Get it.
Here's Jones to throw on 3rd down. He's going to let one fly for Tate. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So they decline it, as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
Here's Riley Dixon now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally, because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
I'm going to run you over.
They go right back to Singletary. And an alley to run. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Here we go. Switch. Alert. Tighten up. 52. Showing it. Alert.
And now they'll throw with Allen. Going deep for Diggs. This is caught inside the 15. A big play here for the Bills. 42 yards.
They're still looking for their first touchdown of the game, and for a second, I thought they had it right there.
Looking on the sideline, it's finally good to see nods of approval. It's a welcome sign of life that this offense needed. They'll run on first down. Singletary. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So they don't even need to run a 2nd down play. Give them the first.
And typically when we see this jumping, isn't it usually 3rd down, 4th down? They got him on 2nd down. I think that's a lack of discipline.
Allen taking it himself. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And fortunately for him, he's able to get it back. But it will be a loss on the play.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal.
Mike's 5-4. It's a party now. Woo! Hey. Come on. He's coming to you. Motion. Hey. Go.
Now this time, Allen will throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. But now it's 3rd and goal.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted. This is caught. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Now stopped him in his tracks. So they're going for it, and here's Allen. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo.
Touchdown.
Stephon Diggs. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Bills have taken the lead. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
80 weapon.
Slam, slam. Shoot.
Now.
Now Jones, a big spot for the rookie from Duke. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
30 base.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Go.
58, right over there. Yeah.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. Looking for Shepard deep. Oh, he can't hang on to it. Almost intercepted. They would have loved the first pick of the game there, but at least it does get him to 4th down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
58, boys. 58 is Mike.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
58's the Mike.
5.
Jones throwing on 4th down.
You ain't doing nothing today.
And that is incomplete. The Giants go on 4th but come up empty. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On 1st down, Singletary. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back.
I'm here all day. Kill.
56.
Motion.
1st down, and they're going to throw with Allen. He finds his target, John Brown. They'll get to him just inside the 15-yard line. And even after that fancy footwork we saw, a good job defensively to recover.
At the 14-yard line.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
Hey, seam 6.
Watch the run.
Allen going to give this one to Singletary. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time. They'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
Your trip is here.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
The Bills on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4.
Alert.
Singletary again, and he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
No gain on the play. It's now 4th down.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming.
A 30-yard attempt.
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
Got it.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Throwing on 2nd down, Jones. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 13 yards, good for a Giant first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Switch. Slam.
Recon, 132 fighter. Yep.
He's mine.
Hey, Rocket. Let's go.
They'll go to Barkley again. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Greystone travel.
49's the mic. Get ready. Alert flare.
On 3rd down, Barkley. And he is going to lose yardage here. The tally there, -8 yards. Leads to 4th down as well.
Well, it wasn't so much that it looked like the offense was threatening. They were. I mean, they had great field position, but how about the defense on that one? Huge stop on 3rd down. It wasn't just a stop. Look at the loss of yardage, and it changes the play calling and the thought process for the offense now. Big-time play for the D, and now they have the advantage.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
Mike Spoke.
I want that. Give me that ball.
They'll run on first down. Singletary. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. They'll keep it on the ground. Singletary. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Buffalo, they did what they needed to do. They split their first 2 road games of the year, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside